I got a problem. I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me. I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed. There's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to please. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Huh? Oh, peace, fam. All right, so I know that a lot of my videos, recently have been stuff that was not really me showing a lot of like the gardening aspects of what I do, but I'm in zone 7A, like my seedlings and stuff I've been wanting to bring out, but it still gets cold, especially like in the mornings. But I'm going to go through part one of the process of growing potatoes. So I'm gonna do my potatoes, and I do red potatoes. I'm gonna do mine in a container. This is the container I'll be using. The famous 17-gallon container. So I'm gonna just walk through the process from beginning to end just to show you how I do it. So first off, we're gonna drill holes in the bottom of the container. Now with my trees, I like to drill the holes on the sides, but that's for a different reason, and I actually talked a little bit about that in the previous video. But with the potatoes, we're gonna drill the holes in the bottom. So I'm gonna get my drill bit, and we're gonna start. I'm not an advertiser for any particular brand, but I do love this brand that you can get from the big box store called Nose. This has been amazing. So we're gonna drill our holes. We're gonna try to get through this quick. All right, we're gonna try to get through it quick. I think it's gonna rain today. So here's our holes. Can you see that, camera lady? All right, so we got our holes for drainage, getting the plastic residue out. And I got some potting mix here. I'm gonna put the potting mix up. And this is a nice little semi-fluffy mixture. This'll do. We're not gonna fill the container all the way up because we want to, with potatoes, you want to mound them. Basically meaning like as they grow, you want to keep adding soil on so that the tubers can grow and multiply and expand. So we're not going to fill the whole thing up. I think for now, this is probably good enough. I'd say that's probably about 5 inches of soil. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some things to the soil, and this is why I have this black glove. I like these gloves because they're sturdy. I think I'm gonna just start wearing it. Like, how Michael Jackson had that sparkly glove? I think I'm gonna just start walking around with one black glove. Like everywhere I go. Like, hi supermarket man. Hi Chick-fil-A lady. Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to be here too. Hi Bubba. Oh, sorry, I got into character. But anyway, all right, so I'm gonna take the advice of Beauty in the Garden. She mentioned when doing your potatoes, you shouldn't put cow manure. So I'm not gonna add the black cow to this. But what I do have is, I've got some worm castings from one of my worm bins. So I'm gonna add that. And maybe in another video I'll show the worm bins and talk about what I feed them and stuff like that, because it's a little bit different than what other people do. So I'm gonna mix that in. All right, I think that's mixed in pretty good. What you think, camera lady? All right, and the good thing about worm compost is like, you don't have to worry about it burning roots or anything like that. It's a cold compost, it's not a hot compost. So you can just add it. What I also have here is, I've got some ash from my fire pit. Now the ash also has bones in it from, meals that we had. So I'm gonna add some bones and some ash to it as well. Now I know you might be saying, well, VA, you got bones in there, but that's not how you make bone meal. I mean, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? We can call it bone ash. How about that? So we got some bone ash in there. And speaking of bone meal, bam! What's this? It looks like bone meal. Wait. Hold on, camera lady, because I think we might. It stinks like bone meal. I think that's bone meal. This is my homemade bone meal. I actually made this. Now, why do I make my own bone meal as opposed to buying it? Well, for one, why not? And then for another thing, certain meats I don't really eat. And I know that from what I've researched, it can be any number of animals that they use to make the bone meal. So when me and my family eat chicken or turkey or something like that, I save the bones and make bone meal. And maybe in another video I'll get into that as well. But we got the bone meal in. We got one other thing I want to add to the soil. Where did I put? Hold on one second. Yeah, me and camera lady had to go for the hunt. Two things actually. This is homemade biochar. So I'm gonna put that in. I should have actually put that down at the bottom, but we're gonna put that in and mix it. Yeah, I make my own biochar as well. If you want good information on how to make biochar and what it's for, Diva Jones 03 has great information on it, and also David the Good. They have good information on it as well. There's others, but that's who I would recommend. Now this, VA likes to experiment. So I call this green steam. Green steam. We're gonna add some green steam to it. This is my little secret recipe. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it what might be in it, but this is my green steam. So we're gonna mix that up good. We're gonna mix it up really good. And I'm probably gonna end up doing 2 of these containers because I have some potatoes that have been chitting, but then I also have sprouts that I did from potatoes. So this is how I'm prepping for potatoes, and I'm gonna put the potatoes in probably within the next few days or so. So I'm gonna let this marinate the way it is. Like I said, it's supposed to rain today, so the rainwater will get in there, which is fine. And when I put the potatoes in, I'll bring you along with me to see what I'm talking about as far as like the sprouts, as well as the potatoes that have been chitting. The word is chitting. Can you say chitting, camera lady? Okay, she can't say chitting. But anyway, appreciate y'all coming. I will do an update on this as far as like next steps, and we'll see how it goes. What I also plan on doing real quick too before I go, when I mound it, I'm gonna actually be using, I'll use some soil, but I'm also gonna be using wood chips as well to mound it, just because I feel like I wanna see how that's gonna work out. I know that the potatoes may come out, funny formed, but I still wanna see how it works out with, with some wood chips. But anyway, family, peace.